Peace, God and goddesses, and welcome back to this week's episode. This week's episode is gonna be a little more personal. I am sitting in the car after a 2-hour workout at the gym, and to be honest, I'm having one of those days. You guys may not know this, but I have BPD, which stands for Borderline Personality Disorder. It's one of the most painful mental illnesses there are. In some countries, you can get euthanized legally. And if you don't know what that is, it's when they put down a dog because they're in pain and it's better to just put them out of their misery. Obviously, that's not something that's genuinely crossed my mind ever, thank God. But it's just to paint you guys a picture of the situation. And I have a lot of friends with BPD, most of them Puerto Rican. And a lot of them ask me, Itzo, or tell me, I don't know how you can handle everything you do in your life when you're not even on meds. Now, this is not to turn a conversation about whether or not meds are worth it. Everybody has their own way to deal with their own illness. Me personally, the meds never worked for me. I was still really sad. And I came to the realization that meds were only covering a symptom. They were just covering it. They were not fixing the issue that was causing the symptoms. So a lot of ways that I deal with my BPD is eating healthy helps a lot. You wouldn't know what being hydrated and eating the right amount of nutrients your body needs a day can do for your mental health. Sleeping on time, which is something that I struggle with, but when I do it, I am almost completely fine, as if I have no problems at all, mentally speaking. Working out, reading, meditating, yoga. For 12 years of my life, since I was 12 up until very recently, I smoked weed. Yes, and that's how I coped with it. But I didn't want to rely on something like that anymore, so I quit. From smoking 3 to 7 times a day to smoking once every 3 weeks to not smoking at all. And maybe I will one day, maybe I won't. I don't know the future and what it holds. But so far I've been able to cope with it. But sometimes you do have those days where you feel like death, perhaps even harming yourself. And not in a legitimate, I'm thinking about it way, but in a my body feels like it's out of control, like my heart is going to explode, like I'm insanely sad for no reason, because I am grateful for my entire life. But a lot of times, the body keeps a score. Every time the body will keep the score of a trauma that we went through in the past. And whenever our body feels safe enough, it will bring out those emotions so that we can feel them and move on. I don't know if you guys have heard the term, feelings are like clouds, they come and they go. It's very true. So instead of me, like something that I used to do in the past, I would sit here and be mad and frustrated. Why me? Why am I feeling these emotions? I worked out. I did everything I had to do today, which I did. I drank my water. I drank my vitamins. I ate my food. I went and worked out. I was productive. I worked on my craft, which makes me happy. I socialized. I balanced my life out, but still, I had this episode and I was just crying before I came on this podcast today. But I owe it to you guys and myself, most and foremost, to talk about these things. Because I'm not the only one going through these things. And if I can figure out a way to calm myself down, I would like to help other people to do that as well, genuinely. And it's okay to cry, bro. You have to let those things out. If we sit here and we get mad at the fact that we're sad or anxious, it just makes it worse. We create our own misery. If we have misery already there, let's just deal with it. Even if it's screaming into a pillow, putting on some gloves and punching the tree in your backyard, going on a run, getting in the shower with your clothes on, cold shower to give yourself a shock. Because I've been discussing somatic therapy on my YouTube channel, IDSO TV, IDSO And I've been reading about it. I haven't in some time because, I was on vacation and I got sick for 3 weeks. And now being back on the podcast and also posting my YouTube travel vlogs and also training every day and balancing my life out and pursuing my career as a model is a lot, So I'm learning to organize myself, and that's okay, baby steps. But I am not leaving any of the 4 things that are most important to each human being behind, which is your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health, and your social life. They all are important, and you have to dedicate time to all of them equally every single day because we don't know how long we're going to be on this earth, If you focus only on, work and making money, once you get the money, you're going to look back and you're going to be like, dang, what was I doing with my life? I wasn't even happy. I wasn't even enjoying the journey. And the point is to enjoy every single second of your life. You deserve that. Life's too short. We don't ever know how long we have with somebody or in this planet. So we have to cherish everybody around us. And most importantly, we have to cherish ourselves. We have to respect ourselves enough to not hold in our pee and go pee. You feel like peeing, go pee. You feel thirsty, go drink water. You feel sleepy, allow yourself to sleep. Allow yourself to be a human being. Because putting yourself through these trials and tribulations are not going to make you more worthy of life. I'm not going to get you any closer to success. Resting is successful, believe me. A lot of times we just go, and we don't stop. And sometimes we go, and don't stop and look around and figure out where we all are going and where we are, that we end up running for years into the wrong direction. We end up being right next to our treasure and walking away from it because we were going so fast, we ran over it. It's good to every day stop and smell the roses, to say thank you for everything that we have. Gratitude is going to give you so much joy. The other day I was super sad because I was sick, and I get really sad when I'm sick because I barely get sick. And I gathered whatever strength I had, and made myself a grilled cheese. And as I was eating it, and I was like, this is so good. Not only was I happy and proud of myself for feeding myself and doing something for myself, even when I didn't want to, and I felt like shit, I thought to myself, you know how many people don't have this? And it honestly breaks my heart to even think that. But you know how many people don't have access to a simple sandwich, bro? You know how many people will be so happy and grateful to have a single sandwich? Millions, bro. And I was like, wow, I really am blessed. I have food. I have a place to rest. I have family that cares. That might have been a little toxic in the past, but together we're going to therapy. How many people can say that their parents are going to therapy to have a better relationship with them? Huh? How many people can say that their mom, after being a boy mom and having some jealousy and some issues with her daughter for so many years, to the point that her daughter was so insecure and didn't want to be on this earth, aka me, is now going to therapy with her and reading books about BPD to understand her daughter? How many people can say that? Not many. So I gotta be grateful. Do I have the money to buy my mom a house and retire her and pay her bills? Not yet. But that's okay. Because we're alive and we're happy and we have each other. And we don't know how long that's going to last. So anytime you start to feel like everything is not how it's supposed to, just remind yourself how good you do have it. And not to keep yourself in that same spot and be complacent. but to be happy with where you are, because if you're not happy where you are now and with what you got, no matter how much more you get, you will be sadder and sadder every time. You have to learn to be happy now. Happiness is a choice, just like love. It's a perspective. It's looking at the glass half full. Because the truth is, the glass is both half full and half empty. But how you look at it, it depends on whether you're going to fill up the rest of that cup or you're going to spill it on the ground and mess it all up. You know what I mean? So when people ask me, how do you do it, Itzo? Even with your mental illness that debilitates you, I remind myself that I am happy with what I have and with what I got. I remind myself that the reason why I have BPD is because I induced and went through a lot of PTSD-inducing events in my life, and the body has kept that, and it's just trying to get rid of it so that I can be truly happy one day. And while that's happening, I'm going to brace myself. I'm going to allow myself to feel these emotions. I'm not going to judge them. I'm not going to judge myself anymore. I'm just going to be me and express myself and transmute this sad energy into art, into poetry, into a podcast episode, into a road trip, a trip across the country, and make a fun, entertaining vlog. And little did they knew that I was crying. I was crying because I felt alone. Even in a room full of people, even people who showed me love, I couldn't feel it because I was suffering. It didn't mean that I wasn't loved. It's just I didn't know how to feel loved and how to take it in after being hurt for so long. And that's okay. But it is important to remind ourselves that just because we don't feel loved and just because we feel lonely, it doesn't mean we are alone. And it doesn't mean we are not loved. There's people around us who care. We just have to open our fucking eyes and see it. And stop hanging out with people who don't love us. Who don't care if we live or die, because that's what we're used to. It's time for us to open our eyes and realize, what do we want? What do we truly want? Not what are subconscious things we deserve, because that's what we grew up on. Who cares if you got beat up to a pulp by your dad? You don't deserve to have a man that does the same. You deserve to have a man that treats you well because you want it. Period. The end. No ifs, ands, or buts. You are deserving of the best things in this life. But it is up to you to tell yourself, I want this, and I'm not going to accept anything else that is not this. Period. I'm going to verbalize what I want. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to put a vision board, and I'm going to look at it every day. And I'm going to tell myself that I deserve that until I am convinced. And anytime my brain tries to tell me otherwise, you're going to be like, no. I know that you think you're trying to protect me. And I know that you don't like change because the brain hates change. But brain, listen to me. This change is good. And once it happens and you're comfortable with it and it's your new comfort zone, you're going to be so much happier and so much more at peace. My nervous system is going to be relaxed and you're going to be able to do your functions without having to stress about anything, brain. Don't worry, I got you. I got you. Trust me. You have to take the wheel. You can't just let your brain with intrusive thoughts that are not even belonging to you, that a lot of them come from generations of trauma. They're not even about your own life. Guide you, bro. There's curses on generations and generations, and it is up to you if you want to break that shit. And the easiest way to break a curse is to stop believing in it. Don't believe in it. Believe in yourself. You want to believe in a curse? You want to believe in astrology? You want to believe in some gods, in some religion, in a celebrity? Believe in yourself, bro. Believing in yourself will get you farther than anything or anybody could ever. Trust me. It is up to you. You deserve the greatest things. You deserve all the love. But it is up to you to say, I want it. Because it can come at your door, it can knock, people can try to give it to you, but if you think you don't deserve it, and you listen to your brain and your intrusive thoughts, you got OCD, you got anxiety, depression, you got demons on your neck talking shit, and you're just taking it like a little bitch, you're just in the corner, no, shut the fuck up. Tell your brain to shut the fuck up, put that bitch on a leash, lock her up, and get to step in. It's up to you. It's up to you. The biggest lie in the world, I've said this like 3 times on this podcast, is that we don't have control of our lives. Lies. We control everything. We couldn't control what happened to us in the past, but we control what happens to us now. We control what we say, what we do. And don't even force yourself to do a 180 from night to day. You know what I mean? It takes time. Baby steps, bro. You wanted to do 15 things better today and you only did one. Congratulate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Hey, we did something different. Because today is one thing, but in a year from now, you're a completely different person, bro. Take it easy. Just because the next person can do 10 better things every day doesn't make that person better than you, or you less than them, or you better than them. You are you, bro. Stop comparing yourself to other people. Rule number 1 to being happy. Don't do it. This is you versus you. As long as you're nicer to yourself every day, you're doing it. You do one thing for yourself, you're doing it. You hug yourself, literally. I'm speaking, it's not a metaphor. I'm speaking literally. Hug yourself. Love yourself. Go into the mirror. Tell yourself how dope you are. Any intrusive thought you have, oh, I'm not good enough, I don't deserve love. You will go to the mirror every fucking morning, every fucking night, and you will tell yourself the opposite of that. And you will feel stupid. You will. Because I used to feel stupid when I did that, but now I don't anymore. I hide myself in the mirror. And boom. If you're a cheerleader to your friends, be a cheerleader to yourself. You come first. It's not selfish. We talked about this in the last episode. If you haven't listened to it, go check it out, guys. I love you guys. Love yourself. Sorry this episode was a little shorter than usual, but that's all I have to say for today, guys. Keep your head up and just remember, everybody has bad days. Even if somebody looks extremely happy on social media, everybody has bad days. Everybody's fucking human. Hello, wake up. But nobody's talking about their bad days on social media. I talk about them because I want to bring realism into the fucking table. I want to keep it 100 with you guys so that you guys have a break from all this toxic positivity. All you see is happiness, 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 happiness on social media. And then when you don't feel happy, you're like, I'm not good enough. No, bro. It's just nobody wants to watch negative stuff on social media. And I respect that. I don't want to see negative shit on social media. I'm good. I want to see things that uplift me. And I hope that this episode uplifts you as well. Thank you so much for listening. You can comment, if you listen to Spotify, you listen on YouTube, you can comment what you feel. And I'll always reply. I'm here for you. I'm here for you guys. If you guys want to talk one-on-one, there's a link on my bio on my Instagram. My Instagram starts with the letter L. L as in love, D as in David, S as in soup, O as in Oscar, N as in Nancy, I as in indigo, L as in love. Itzonil, but starts with an L. So yeah, guys. I hope this helped. Let yourself feel your emotions. Don't judge yourself. Be kind to yourself. Take it one day at a time. Be grateful. Enjoy today. Have a balance with your life, your business, your friends, yourself. It is not selfish to take care of yourself first before you take care of others. It is actually vital. Because if you deplete yourself taking care of others and then you end up resenting others, you're not going to have a good relationship with them. You're going to feel disconnected from the world. And the reason you feel disconnected from the world is because you are disconnected from yourself. If you want to feel more connected to the world, connect to yourself. And when you have those bad days, let them happen. Don't fight it, because the more you fight it, the more that bad energy will stay. Feel it. Dance it out. Work it out. Write it out. Talk it out. Go to therapy. Everybody should go to therapy. Everybody has a problem or two. Go to therapy. Love you guys. Peace, God and goddesses.